being here with us this evening. And we have a wonderful guest, um, Coach Jen, I call her, Coach Jennifer. Um, I trying to get the words for Coach Jen. Bright, intelligent, smart. Um, Myself and Coach Jen are doing some higher license, US soccer license, and a fierce competitor.
Back in the day, yeah, not anymore. Back
Yeah,
in the day, yeah.
a fierce competitor. Coach Jen is beautiful soul, a beautiful person, and
Thank you.
I would go through some of the information. It's just really long to read. You know, she has just been in the game a long time, and we are going to go through some of the information. Please note, just before we fully kick it off, um, please note this Zoom series of meetings that we are doing. It's not to recruit student athletes. Please be aware of that. I must make that statement before we start off. It's not to recruit, but the coaches are here not to recruit student athletes. The coaches are here for light discussion, to inform, to educate, to guide about the different things in terms of the collegiate soccer, to give you a better understanding of what is transpiring, so you could have a better picture in front of you when you're making decisions. And it's not coaches being here to scout for kids. Please note that is very, very, very much against the rules of NCAA, and that is something we cannot do. So any coach that you're seeing here, they're not to scout, they're here to have discussions with us. Okay, Coach Jen, I'm going to go through some, Coach Jen. I'm going to let you take it because I know you've got everything inside of there, Coach Jen. Oh, yes. Okay, Coach Jen began her third season at OCC Women's Head Coach in 2019 as a graduate all-star player, right? From Wayne Valley High School in Wayne, New Jersey. A New Jersey kid. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Coach Jen went on to earn her degree in health and physical education and played women's soccer, right, at East Stroudsburg University, Pennsylvania. I have a friend who I played soccer way back when. I believe he was a part of that system.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
He was Mr. Tony Chris.
Yep, he's the best.
Best. He was part of that. Very humble soul, nice guy, right?
Very good guy. Very good guy.
During that time, coach was part of the PSAC champions. She is a record holder for the most assists and the most points in the career. She studied a master's abroad in Leeds, UK, where she completed the women's soccer team. Oh boy, it's a whole lot here, Jenny. Oh, a whole lot here, Jenny.
I'm a busy lady. I was a busy lady.
Busy lady, Jenny. You're a busy lady. You're a busy lady. You're a busy lady, Jenny. Coach is well qualified in her field. She's been there all-star, performing at the highest level as a player. And also as a coach, I can talk to you from the coaching perspective because, as I said, we are going after higher license. We have a number of licenses already in the US, but we continue to learn and grow because we have a number of kids that is under us, and we really want to be able to work with these kids to develop them. So,
absolutely.
Without further ado, I'm gonna put you on to Coach. Coach Jen is gonna talk to you and chat with you about her journey. And all yours, Coach Jen. Feel free.
Thank you, sir. Like all of you who are, wanting to play football or soccer, it was something for me that it's always been a passion in my life. It's always been something that has driven me to want to be better, to want to make sure that I participate at all levels. That's why I still continue to coach today, because I love it so much, and I have such a passion for it. It really is a huge part of my life. So for soccer, I just absolutely love it. And I could watch it. I could talk about it. I could be about it all day long. every day. So I'm sure some of you feel that way as well too, which is great. And that's the reason why you're here. Um, and it's important that you all know that if you work hard enough and if it's something that you really want, don't be afraid to go after it, because it can happen for anybody. Any of you out there, it can happen for you. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and take chances and take risks and be ready to work really, really hard. Soccer is one of those sports that, you know, even if you're not the most skilled, even if you think that there's people that are better than you, if you work hard enough and it's something that you want bad enough, you can have it. It is something for everyone. It's the beautiful game for a reason, because it's beautiful for everybody. So don't think for a second just because there's kids that you see that might be better, or they have better stats, or they have more goals or more assists, or everybody can play this sport. So as long as you work hard, that's something that me as a coach, I relay to my student athletes all the time. Just work as hard as you possibly can, because you will stand out and you will make a difference by how hard that you work. So I don't know where most of you are in the path. Coach Anthony, where are most of these kids? Are they graduated? They're looking to come in junior colleges or NCAA colleges?
A lot of these kids are looking at junior colleges, university. They are in the beginning stages. So basically, what we really want you to do with us, Jen, today is just talk about your career. Give us some information about your career. Enlighten us in terms of some of the tests, some of the trials you've been through, coming through the process, some of the fun times you had to, because I know along the way, you made a lot of friends along the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So take us down that journey.
So when I played, like Coach Anthony said, I played in high school, and I loved it. So first of all, I played my whole life growing up when I was a little kid. I played travel, I played rec, I played everything I could get my foot on. I'd play all the time. We'd play outside in our yard. And then I actually, when I was going through the recruiting process, it was a little different. We had actually coaches come to our houses and actually sit down and have dinner with your parents and recruit you that way. So it was totally different than what it is today, which is nice about today is that today is, you could really go and see a bunch of athletes when you're recruiting at one time by going to tournaments and going to travel teams and putting yourself out there. So when I was in high school, it was a little bit different. And to be honest, I didn't have a place to play March of my senior year in high school. I had nowhere to go. No one was looking at me. I had no options because I wasn't part of that group of where coaches looked for. I just worked really, really hard and I didn't really get noticed until my JV basketball coach, because I played basketball as well too. And I also ran track. I actually threw the javelin. I was pretty good at the javelin and track. And my JV basketball coach said, hey, why don't you just take a ride up? We'll go to East Stroudsburg. We'll take a look at it. And at the time, you know, when I was your age, I wanted to go as far away from my family as I possibly could get. So I'm thinking, oh, it's only an hour away. It's way too close. I don't want to go that close to home, this and that. And when we took the ride, it was really close. And I got to the school and I remember sitting down with the head coach at the time. His name was Jerry S.A.S.S.A. And he said to me, do you want to come to school here and play here? And I said, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to come play for you. So I really didn't know where I was going until March of my senior year. So if you don't know where you're going, it's completely okay. And I can tell you honestly, most colleges are really, really desperate for recruits now because of everything with COVID and things that are going on. So don't think for a second there isn't a spot for all of you to play, because there definitely is. And then after my playing career, one of my coaches who I made good connections with, he was our goalkeeping coach. He actually got me the assistant job at Lafayette College, and I coached Division I right out of college. So I didn't want to give it up. I kind of had to be involved with soccer. I loved it so much. I had to be involved. He offered me to be the assistant, and I did that for 2 seasons, and I loved it. I loved coaching at the Division I level. And then I went to school to be a health and physical education teacher, which I am right now. I've been teaching for 20 years. So then I got a full-time teaching job, and I kind of had to give up collegiate coaching for the time. And they wanted me to coach at the high school where I worked. So I did that. I was an assistant for 7 years at the high school. I worked my way up from freshman to the JV team. And then I was the varsity coach for 3 seasons. And in my 3rd season, we were the first ever state champs that won the title in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. So for me, that was something that was fantastic. I loved every minute of it. It was something that it was an awesome, awesome experience to be part of a state championship program. And then my son, I had a little baby at the time. He was about a year old. And I was missing out on a lot of stuff at home. So I decided to give up coaching for a little bit. So I took a little bit of a break. I took about 7 years off of coaching, believe it or not. I took a little bit of a time off. And then I had an opportunity to come back once he got older. And I coached, and I currently do coach at Ocean County College in Toms River, New Jersey. We are an NJCAA program. It's National Junior College Association. And we are Division III. Now, in what I didn't know, which was kind of interesting with junior colleges, was that junior colleges do provide scholarships, but it's only a Division I or Division II that they provide scholarships. There's not too many Division II junior colleges, NJCAA programs, but we are Division III. So we don't offer the students any type of monetary value or any type of scholarship, but we do offer a program. We offer, our facilities are phenomenal. We offer a competitive program. We offer students to be able to go to school on campus. And our campus here at Ocean County College is beautiful. As in most junior colleges, you'd be surprised. A lot of junior colleges nowadays have wonderful, wonderful campuses. They're beautiful. So we are a Division III program. And like I said, Division I does provide scholarships. There are tons of Division I programs in New Jersey. And there are a few Division II programs, but that's Division II is mostly in Pennsylvania and in upstate New York. So we have a lot of Division I programs, a lot of Division III programs for junior colleges in New Jersey. And, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful thing that all of you want to continue your careers of playing. And hopefully, that develops into coaching as well, too. As Coach Anthony mentioned, I also played abroad. I played in Leeds, England. So excited that Leeds got relegated this year, that they're actually back in the Premier League, which was awesome. It's been so long since they were in relegation. They got, back in. So that's nice. So when I see them play, I'm like, oh my goodness, that's, the team that when I did my semester abroad, we rooted for. So it was nice to see them. Even though I am a Manchester United fan, don't hate me. It was the 90s. It was the 90s and it was very popular at the time. It was the only thing on TV around here. So, in the early 90s, it was the only thing you can get your hands on at soccer in America. So I became a very quick Manchester United fan, but I love it all. I watch it all. So, for me, when I see Leeds back on, I think it's pretty neat too. So, and believe it or not, at the time when I was over there in 1996, probably way before a lot of you were born, that the female soccer over in England was not as good as the soccer here in America. And I think now they're really trying to make it a little more equal. And I think the English women's program is really starting to come around and starting to develop where it's a little more equality, even though the women, in our country here kind of are take precedent in that area. I think that the other countries are really starting to step up. I love the way Italy played in the last World Cup. I think they played fantastic. Like I said, England's really starting to step around. Germany's starting to step around. So for the women's side of it, I think it's really, really great. I'm hoping that the men's side kind of gets on board and starts to perform a little bit better. But, that is something, if you get a chance to go abroad and play, definitely something I would recommend. You meet people all over the place. And I was telling Coach Anthony the other day that, him and I have a similar friend in common. And who would have known? We would have never known if we didn't take this course, this D-licensed course that we're taking. And, soccer is such a small fraternity. Once you get involved and once you are involved and you network with people and you make friends, you never lose contact with those people. I've been out of college for about 20 years and I still, every once in a blue moon, every once a month, check in with my college friends because they're all involved in soccer, some way with their children or athletic directors or coaches themselves or assistants or athletic trainers. They're all some way, shape or form involved with soccer. And it's such a big part of their lives, like it is mine. As a 45-year-old woman, it's still a very, very big part of my life. So that's kind of how I got to, where I'm at the moment. I took, a little bit of a break and now she's back.